All right, guys, we got Coach Mac. He's going to start with an opening statement, and then we'll go to questions. So, Mac, it's all yours.
All right. Well, uh, recap last week. There were obviously a lot of things to build on, and as always, when you look at film, there's good things that occurred and things that I think were uncharacteristic of how this team will play. But you know what? That's what opening games are about, and now it's our responsibility to get them corrected moving forward. Just kind of give an injury update up front. Really, the only one of note, Dinkins, defensive end, will be out with an ankle. But other than that, we're actually pretty good as far as health coming out of that last game. Your normal bangs and bruises, and guys should be ready to go come game time. This ball game, a couple. Really cool things are happening here on Saturday. To start with the dedication of the field, man, it's awesome. And to have both Coach Kramer and Coach Duramity here to think about all the lives they've touched and things they've done for this university, it's an honor to be playing on that field and will be for a long time in the future because of those two guys. And I think it's fantastic. This team we're playing, they've really gotten good this offseason. Obviously, you can tell the thumbprint Kane has put on this team. He's a heck of a ball coach, known nationally with what he does defensively. It's going to give us a lot of problems, and we've got our work cut out for us with a lot of the schemes that he runs. Their pressure packages and more than that, their personnel. They've got really good personnel, and we've got to be on the top of our game to have an opportunity to win this one. Offensively, Major. He's as good a mind as there is from an offensive standpoint in the game of football. He's a guy I followed at the University of Alabama. Obviously, he's had a great career, and has another guy on staff there in Robbie Zell who, played for us, coached with me. He's a fantastic young coach, and you can tell their players are believing in what they're doing. I've been a huge fan of Carter Bradley ever since he was in our camps at Florida. I think this guy's a heck of a player, and really the way they're using him, I think is what is really going to make him effective in everything that he does. They've got playmakers. We got to wrap up. They got guys that can really run. It's going to be a tough ball game and a really good football team and well-coached team.
All right, Ryan.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
You mentioned that, the team got a lot better. The South Alabama team got a lot better in this offseason. What were some of the specific areas you guys have keyed on as far as limiting to find success in this game?
Yeah, I think what they've done is the way they're playing. You can tell that the culture that they've put in as a staff is taken over. Number one, number two, the players that they brought in have started to really make a difference, and you can tell the way that they play together. It's really cool to see, actually, from I like football, all right, and I enjoy watching film, but just seeing their team from a year ago and where it has progressed to this year is night and day, and they've got really good players, and they're playing well together. That was the thing. That was really an impressive win they had a week ago, and look, it wasn't just a win; it was a dominant win. And I think that probably did a lot for their psyche as well, knowing what they can do. They've been on the road in the MAC already. They a year ago went and beat Bowling Green at their place. Carter's going to come in here, have an experience in this league and this stadium. They'll be ready to go, and I'm sure it's a game they probably they think they should win. So it'll be interesting.
Jackson.
Hey, Mac, with the injuries, Marion was kind of a surprise to us that he didn't go on Thursday. Can you give us an update on how he's doing?
Yeah, he'll be back. He had we banged up a little bit on Wednesday's practice. We just felt we didn't want to jeopardize that. It's a long season, but he'll be ready to go. So we'll have all three of those guys in different packages for the game as we play on Saturday.
And then just with Carter, I know you guys have played against him a couple different times. You mentioned he was at some of your camps. What do you remember about his performances and what he's capable of doing at the quarterback position?
Well, this guy's got a cannon now, and he can throw it. The football field's not long enough. So obviously one of our problems is getting the ball thrown over our head. He's capable of doing that at any time. And I go back to what they're doing offensively and credit that offensive staff, with the hard play action, allowing their speed guys to get over the top, running the different spear type concepts. And it's something that really fits Carter in what he does. Getting the ball out of his hand quick on the the nakeds and those type of things. I just feel like they put Major and Rob have put a great package together that, part of coaching is you got to fit to your personnel, and I think they're really fitting to Carter's strengths.
Tyler.
Yeah, obviously it was a bit of a rough night for the defense in week one, although certainly a tall task for them. What are some of the biggest things that you're hoping to see improve on that side of the ball?
Well, I think number one, first and foremost, the unforced errors. The kind of mistakes that cost you that have nothing to do other than detail and focus, right? That's number one. We've got to get that handled, and we did a really good job a year ago from what we did the first year. It's just kind of surprising what happened in that first one, but getting back to the detail piece, number one. The second thing is just go do your job. Don't try to do too much. I really felt we had some guys maybe at times trying to do a little too much rather than if they take care of their job, then we've got, the next guy, can take care of his. And those are things we really needed to focus on defensively this week.
And how do you think, kind of taking your lumps in away from a quarterback as talented as Spencer Sanders last week will help you against another talented quarterback this week?
I'm not sure it's any good when you're just seeing a guy roast you like he did. So, but like I said, what they're doing there offensively, what Major and Rob are doing, it's really, really good, and it fits who they are, and they're taking advantage of it, and they have the type of quarterback to run that system. So this is going to be tough for our defense.
And then a little bit off topic here, but have you seen Hard Knocks? And if you have, what have you made of Khalil's role on it?
I'd love to say I've watched it. The guys brought the clip in of the juggling act, and, his smile just when I saw that, I miss it because that guy just infectious, personality, in the locker room and on the practice field, and yet you could kind of see it, even that little clip that I saw within the team. And we're excited for him to have another opportunity, as we are all our guys that are on rosters. The two tackles, obviously, on the 53-man, and take a look at Harrison. You talk about a guy who's, let's do a story on that. The guy started out as a film guy here, right? And now he's playing in the National Football League. To me, it's a great story, and we're excited for all those guys.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
Ryan, Adam, anything?
I got one more, Mac. This is always fun playing at Kelly Short Stadium, and you've been able to do it for a few years now, take it in as a coach. What makes it special having a football game in front of those fans up there at Kelly Short Stadium?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because there's nothing like playing at home. And, so far we've been fairly successful when we played at home. The importance for our guys to understand what it means, not only to the people, but the former players. Obviously having, both Coach Kramer and Coach Dramedy going to be here for the game. I mean, it even puts a little added spice to it as far as being able to play at home. I'll be excited to see, their names on the field in a permanent fashion. And, that should just add to what it is to play here in Mount Pleasant.
All right, guys, we good? Anything else for Mac?
I got one more quick one.
Sure.
Is it going to be a focus getting Lou and the rest of the run game going early this week?
Our goal is to be balanced. Our goal is, and part of that goal of being balanced is you got to be able to throw it effectively so they can't just load an extra person in the box, right? And vice versa. We've got to be able to run it effectively when, we can minus a guy in the box. So, we're a good football team when we're able to run the ball. All right, no doubt about it. And yet, if they're going to take that away, we've got to really do a good job. I'm excited about our receivers. I think some guys we really didn't know how they were going to perform. What they gave us in that first game, I think we discovered some new things we can do offensively. And I'm excited to see some of that new stuff in the passing game this Saturday.
All right, guys. We good with Mac? All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a great day. Thanks.